Whenever you sit yourself down to work, it seems impossibly hard. Why does it happen? 1. Because you only work when it is needed. It is needed implies that there is an external factor that almost forces you to work. And it is forced because if given a choice, you choose to opt out. So very simply, you are behaviorally not inclined to work, which would explain why you're not going to earn very much and work much more than you want to in your entire life. This is what happens to literally millions of people. 2. Sometimes you work like a champ. It could be because you got inspired, you were in the mood. Basically, you felt an energy spike. During this spike, you worked so hard and well that from this one alone experience, you formed the view that you can work whenever you want to because it is so easy. Another thing that happens is you for once actually enjoy working too. So you tell yourself that the best time to work is whenever you experience a similar energy spike in your life. The worst thing about energy spikes is they are inconsistent and unreliable because you are basically relying on your mood to work, which you have no control over. 3. Whenever you do work, you go crazy with the reward. For example, if you work for 3 hours, you treat the rest of the day with the freedom to do anything you want to. There is no ratio, system, no control at all after once you believe it is time to reward yourself. In such scenarios, what happens is whatever chance you had at establishing a system gets erased because you are focusing at having as much pleasure as you can. And the idea of unbound pleasure is chaotic. You are gaming, chatting, watching comedy, staying up very late, and this unhealthy procession of activities basically destroys all chances for another productive day. Therefore, you are left with one productive day with 3 hours of work and 3 days of gaming, YouTube, FB, texting, and God knows what. 4. Since you are relying on energy spikes, you never get them when you want to. That's just how moods occur. As a result, at the back of the head, there is this tiny feeling of frustration, which, when you are needed to work, takes over. Therefore, you feel frustrated while working. And because you have no idea why you feel frustrated, you blame it on work. It makes sense at the moment. The truth is, if you simply sat down to work without any expectations, you'd actually work. But because you have told yourself that work ought to be interesting, easy, engaging, like you experienced during that energy spike, it now feels not worth the effort. So you quit. 5. Stress. Because there is no order, no system, you're not working when you should be. This creates stress. Now, stress has levels. On level 1, it can be easily ignored. 2, ignored. By 3, it is noticeable but still not big enough to bother you. By 4 and 5, it becomes prominent and turns into slight worry. This is the level with which you constantly live. Because it is 5, ignoring it becomes a choice you remember. Beyond 5, it becomes your enemy. So much so that it stops you from working. So many people are not able to work because of stress from not having worked before. The very thing that used to remind you to work now hinders it. 6. Your lifestyle of having fun. Fun obviously is convenient, easily available, and makes you happy. Looking at memes and typing #relatable and me doesn't hurt. Nor does replying to texts, or looking at pics, watching dumb videos, or doing absolutely nothing. A place to sit is a lifestyle adopted by millions today. When that is the thing you do for weeks on end, you have reached high levels of stress already. Energy spikes are extinct. Work is alien to you. There is no reward system because you are living the rewards. Then how are you going to work even when it is needed? 7. The only option left, pushing yourself. No wonder I get messages from people all the time saying, I simply cannot bring myself to work at all. How do I study? I can't study when I sit down too. Well, you made the reward system useless. And 2, you cannot push yourself, which you know is the only solution. And then you cry. Motivational videos don't work. Well, they won't, because they too are telling you to plan, strategize, stop messing around, and work. The purpose of this video is to show you a mirror. There are no miracles, unfortunately, even though you may have been told otherwise. Just doesn't happen. If you are approaching an exam or a deadline in a week, then your only strategy is damage control, not acing it. No video on a planet can help you get ahead of the person who has been preparing meticulously and sincerely for that day. Here's a silver lining though. The coming deadline is not the last. But every deadline will take something away from you. So change yourself. No loss is the final loss, but there is a reason why it's called a loss. You do lose something. So start collecting the wins over losses, and you'll automatically witness the tide of fortune favoring you. Change yourself, brother. I'm sure in moments you pridefully refer to yourself as a man. Well, in order to have man as a pridefully boastful title, it is incumbent on you to be a victor. Otherwise, it is just a gender. So the question is, how many victories do you have? If not many, the time to change that is now. So get on it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my Instagram if you'd like to watch snippets of nail-hitting motivational videos that will send you directly to work. No photos of myself, no bullshit, just to the point messages. Also, subscribe to this channel. I am on a daily grind of uploading videos, so work with me in improving yourself. And lastly, you are a freight train of destruction for your competition. Never forget that. Start your journey from right now.